Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital. We've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Only one team will keep the winning ways going to start the season as we're off in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Play fake here, Daniels. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. This is ahead for about 5. AGS making that stop. Third and short, Daniels. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's going to be a punt of 46 yards. And it'll be Giants football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Neighbors with a catch. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Throwing from the gun. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up second down. This is complete to Neighbors. And that will not be enough for a first down.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A give right side to Tracy. He's got the first and more inside the 25. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Touchdown, New York! The Giants have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That goes for 36 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
A give now from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, smash. Hut, hut.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one doesn't go far. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Man in motion here.
Track at 60. Warriors 70. 18. Pioneer. Hut, hut. 79 Bronco. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready, ready.
Fourth down, here's Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's brought down after a short gain. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
To throw here on first down. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. It just couldn't quite find the connection.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Commanders will go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Daniels now. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. Has a man, it's Ertz. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal.
Daniels back to throw. He's on the move. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Working quickly here.
19 yards. It's now third and goal.
Daniels, third and goal. Buys time, rolling right. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone.
19 Lions. 60 Maverick.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. The kick by Patterson is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Giants driving. Second and 3 now.
Let's go now.
From the 37. Dialing up a receiver screen. And this almost ended worse, but it gets a yard out of it. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And there'll be a midfield here as he gets out of bounds. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Throwing deep for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, that's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to throw now. That's complete to Darius Slayton. They'll get 18 yards there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Forced out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, it's Tracy. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Throw on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Gano ready to send this away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. But new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go, set.
On first down, here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Set up. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Now Daniels to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Daniels throwing on third. He'll get this to Samuel. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Come on, set. 70 range, 70 range. Dragon 60. Go street. Warrior 70. 18, Pioneer. 79, Bronco. 60, Bobcat. 60, Bobcat. Go.
Again, Daniels to the air. Quick slant to Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Check. Panther. Hurt. Check smash. Check smash. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 19 Lion. Ready.
To throw, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
60 Maverick. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Back row 80. Panther 11. 18. Back row 18.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They go play action here. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be 2nd down. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
You're set up at the 35 now. They'll motion Slayton left. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Neighbors with a catch. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. Street.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now looking to throw. Getting out to his left. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. Graham Gano and the Giants field goal unit out. He was money on his first field goal, Brock. His second coming a little inside of 50 yards. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed left side to Samuel. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense up to the line fast. Daniels on 1st down. He lets one fly deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play.
Come on. Dragon 60. Warrior 70. 18. Pioneer 79 Broncos. Ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders start the 2nd half with some needed points. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders manage to tie this game. It's 13-all. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Catch is made. It's Jalen Hyatt. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. They'll run here from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Another carry for him. And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's a 13-13 ball game as we get ready for the 4th quarter. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 41. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Blown back gets the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. Here's a throw. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion. That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Gano ready to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Go!
Daniels from the pistol. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
19 tight. Here we go. Ready?
Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing now, Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
They've got a man in motion. He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. On first down, here's Daniels. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
From the gun, it's Daniels. On the move, headed right. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Bronco 80.
That's taken in by Samuel. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They give it to him again. And he gets in, touchdown. The Commanders have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Back to throw. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. A good pass from the rookie out of Ole Miss, and it gets him a first.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
He's on the move. Now he takes it, and he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Well, the QB made something happen. He got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Here he is to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants take a 4-point lead. Gano ready to send this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Come 19. Let's go.
Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Escapes the pocket. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining.
18, Pioneer.
To throw, Daniels. Flush down out to his left. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Giants, as with that, we sign off from D.C.